Growing up, I had this friend called Sam. Sam was from out of town and came to visit his aunt, who was our neighbor. Sam was odd looking and did the most random things, but was low-key fun to hang around with. So this one time I was at home watching one of the greatest shows to ever grace the screens, SpongeBob. Then I had a knock on the door and it was Sam. Then he pulled the old, follow me, I have something cool to show you line. And because it was Sam, it could have been anything. A random shoe on the road, another random shoe on the road, or a dead body with no shoes on. So I did what any other explorer will do, I followed him. And we walked for a while before we arrived at a river, and there were kids everywhere, but naked, swimming and splashing in the water, having the time of their lives. It was just like one of Drake's parties. When I turned to look at Sam, he was already naked. Then he jumped into the water and started swimming, wanting me to jump in after him. At the moment, I didn't know how to swim. The largest amount of water I'd ever been in was a bucket. And at one time, I entered into my family water tank supply and almost drowned. But now I had to jump in too. It looked fun, and there were way smaller kids in the water, so it looked safe enough. And I was not going to let the fear of drowning and dying a watery death stop me from having fun. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I took off my clothes and jumped into the water, and I started drowning immediately. I'm talking off the rip, no skills, no floating, nothing. Immediate drowning. I drank so much water before Sam noticed and saved me. I felt my belly was almost full. Turns out all I had to do was stand up. The water wasn't even that deep. Thankfully, already didn't exist back then. I would be in generational debt. So I started learning how to swim using a jerry can that some kids were using as a float. And not gonna lie, I was getting the hang of it. I felt like Prime Nemo if I got lost in drugs. Until some short-ass man kid, who for some suspicious reason looked way too mature for his height, took it away and said it belonged to him. So I continued playing with the water for some time, splashing in it, going up and down until my ears were blocked. Then I turned around. And when I turned around, I caught that short man-child, scoping the river to see if anyone was looking at him. Then he went underwater. Then I saw poop appear. He was like a magician. He disappeared so the poop would appear. It's one thing to pee in water, most of you do it. Yeah, everyone pees in pools. But poo is a whole other thing. Especially in what I just drank when I was drowning a few minutes ago. So the poo floated past me, being carried by the river current. I couldn't move. I was still in shock of what I was seeing. That was a wrap for me. I got out of the water and laid on a rock like a lizard to dry off before I put on my clothes on and leave. After some few minutes I was dry and I saw some kids fishing, which looked cool, so I went to join them. One of them had caught a ton of crayfish in a bucket. He was clearly their leader. He had a ton of crayfish in a bucket. I tried to touch one and it slipped me and cut my finger. I felt so much pain, I almost cried, but I didn't because all the kids were staring at me. That's the video. Bye bye!